Hi guys, welcome to this reading. I apologize if the sound quality is a little lower. My little piece on my headphones that connects to my little microphone here for the channel has broken, so I should be receiving that piece tomorrow via Amazon. So I'll do my best to speak loudly and clearly. So as you can see, we've got our Halloween themes. I've got my witch deck here, and I've got my two homemade pumpkins. My mom is such a arts and craftsy lady, and she made these by hand, every little last piece and inch. So because Halloween is my birthday and I like to celebrate in advance, it's my favorite season. Fall and Halloween's my favorite holiday. I will be showcasing these beautiful pumpkins and some other Halloween stuff in my readings, so do enjoy. And for those of you looking for a personal reading, please reach out to me. The email is in the description box below each video. I'm currently booking into mid-September through the end of September at this point. I have a few slots left for not next week, but the following week, and then I'll be booking the third week of September. So definitely booked up in advance. So let me know if you'd like a reading. I'm offering twin flame readings. I'm offering general readings, North Node readings, which is all about your soul's destined purpose, as well as karmic influences and cycles from the past that are being healed and released in this lifetime, and your gifts in this lifetime. And then lastly, one of my newest offerings is a divine masculine channeled letter. Okay, so, or divine feminine. So let's get started. Let us get started. Okay, let's start with the Everyday Witch deck. Okay, this is one of my newest decks, and you know, sort of like tattoos, you can't just have one. You have to get many, and it's sort of an addiction. So collecting decks is sort of an addiction, but I'm also very picky about the decks that I enjoy. If you ever do wish to gift a deck to the channel, which will be used for the purposes of readings and personal readings, I have an Amazon wish list. And okay, let's get started. Okay, so Spirit, let's check in with the energies today. Tell me about the energies. The energies felt a little off yesterday, very kind of low vibrational, a lot of cleansing and purging going on. Guys, we have a lot of energies being stirred up between now and December. There's a huge shift that's going to happen in December, and we just need to keep fighting the good fight until December. We are being helped from the other realms. We are being helped from our cosmic star ancestors. Please understand that the divine masculines are under attack, and they have been for quite some time, and so they're definitely not doing so well in the 3D, at least the majority of them. It really depends on, of course, the wave that they're on, the wave that you're in, and it depends on how well they're able to handle their awakening. But the awakening, you know, the ego deaths are coming, the dark nights of the soul are rolling in one right after the other. So whereas the feminines have for the most part completed their ego deaths and have really ascended mostly into the 5D realm, the divine masculines are still going through those moments, and they're quite scary for the divine masculines who don't fully understand what awakening or ascension is, and they don't have their divine feminine by their side because likely there's separation or silence, or they've pushed you away in order to do their healing. So they're really doing this alone, much as the feminine has done that alone as well. So I really feel like it's intended this way. If you were to come into union at this time when your masculine was purging heavily, it would not be pretty, and it could also take down your vibration and take you away from your work, your mission work, and from your healing. And so I really think it's really being directed this way by the divine so that both counterparts are able to do the work they need to do, and it really in the quickest way possible. So if it feels like a detour, the divine wants you to know that it's not a detour. It's actually for your benefit and for your protection. There's also a lot of lustful energies that the divine masculines are, lustful programming that the divine masculines are really having to sort through and are having to heal from. So this is from some past lifetime purging that they're going through, and also just the distorted masculine energy where you know, the masculine is, you know, has just sort of operates and acts from lust instead of from a place of love. So that's why for a lot of the divine feminines, they were guided to walk away, because you may have felt like a lot of the energies were just directed, they might have been lustful, and your divine masculine may have had trouble expressing their emotions. And so in order to really protect their energies and protect really your true essence, your divine feminine essence, you had to pull away so that the masculine could really appreciate who you are, and not just the physical aspect, but to really recognize you as a soul. And so that's why, you know, for a lot of feminines, you may have felt like the sexual energies sort of have lessened or have even stopped altogether. That's because the masculines are healing and purging these lustful programs that have kept them looping in distorted masculine energies for a long time, many lifetimes, in fact. So let's start with the High Priestess. We have the High Priestess card here, indicating, of course, you, my divine feminines. And this is the energy of being in tune with your intuition, using divination tools here like tarot cards, as well as candles, as well as, you know, stones and crystals, books and guides. You know, this is a witch, a witchy witch, a good witch who is really tapping into the powers of her own mind. Not her mind, her soul, right? The intuition is the soul. And she's got a helper here, her little black kitty, who's assisting her and really uncovering the truths that lie and exist within her. So she's not looking for answers outside of herself, but rather she seeks and looks for answers inside herself. And this is really a lesson that's come up for the divine feminines, that the wisdom that I'm seeking, the answers that I seek, are within me, and that you don't have to go looking for them outside, even in readings or in from psychics or from your partner, your counterpart, especially not from 3D friends and family at this time. This journey is challenging enough without, you know, their interference. So this is about really trusting that you have what you need inside of yourself. And we also have the Queen of Swords. So this usually indicates an ice queen, and she's pretty icy. She even looks like she has an ice castle back here. So there's definitely an air of coldness to the Queen of Swords, say, versus the Queen of Cups, okay? Queen of Swords is more of a queen who's mentally, I don't want to say mentally superior, but mentally sharp, and uses her mind as a tool versus her heart. So she's definitely head over heart kind of a queen. The Queen of Swords can also indicate a karmic partner. So let me just tune in for a minute and see. I actually feel like this is the divine feminine at this point in time. I actually feel like, you know, the divine feminine feels really powerful and in control of her own life. And she's really cutting through the bullshit. And she's no longer accepting crumbs from anyone. She's no longer accepting bad behavior. She's no longer accepting to be anything less than the queen that she is. So she will not sit there and be the woman or man on the side, okay? She will not sit there and be the person waiting for someone to come around and choose her. And a lot of my divine feminines have really, again, you've walked away from your counterpart, especially between September of last year. November really is when things really started shifting and actions really started happening, where separations were coming into play for a reason, for protection and for the growth of the masculine, to step out of those really egotistical mindsets and programming, and really selfish as well. There was a lot of self-centered energies that the divine masculine needed to purge, that the divine feminine had already purged. So she went through everything that he's going through. Okay, this is not at all shaming the masculine. I'm just stating the facts of what's been going on. There's no judgment here, because we all have masculine and feminine aspects of us. So this could even be your inner masculine that I'm speaking about. So this is a woman she's been around the block. She knows how this works. And she's become enlightened. She knows her power, and she's not using it to punish, although she will if she needs to, but rather she's using it to withhold affection and love. And there's not a lot of emotion with this Queen of Swords. Again, she's really head over heart. So a lot of feminines have really stepped back from showing emotion or love to their counterpart in order to really allow their counterpart to grow without you guiding them and without you nurturing them. And this has been necessary, is what I'm hearing from the divine. It doesn't make you mean, it doesn't make you the ice queen, although you may have exhibited some of those characteristics. But this is definitely, you know, a woman who, she wants truth from her divine masculine, and she wants fairness and equality. And if she's not getting it, she's willing to cut you out. So, you know, divine feminines, don't be scared to create, okay, let me rephrase that. Don't be scared to stand up for yourself and what you know that you deserve, even if it means it's going to cause a separation. You know, because if it doesn't happen now, it's going to happen. It will be orchestrated by the divine or orchestrated by the divine masculine. So isn't it better if you're the one orchestrating it and you're the one standing up for yourself and demanding, not demanding, that sounds rather harsh, but yeah, I mean, in a sense, demanding that you get what you deserve. And if you're not getting it, you're not afraid to walk away. Okay, that's the true essence of the power of the divine feminine. She's not afraid to sit on her throne alone. She's not afraid to be alone. And although she wants her masculine by her side, she realizes she has everything she needs within her. This is interesting because as this happens, as the divine feminine sits on her throne and sort of sitting pretty and is like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. Like, we can have a conversation, but she's not interested in breadcrumbing. She's not interested in and out, you know, communication. You don't just come in and out of my life. You come in to stay, or you don't come in at all. And that's really just the feeling that I'm getting from her today. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles coming in. Okay, so it's like he's seeing you in your power. He's seeing that you don't need him. And that actually causes him to want to spur into action. That actually causes him to want to hop on his broomstick here and offer you a pentacle. This is him. He's offering this to you. He's saying, I want to offer you something stable. Now, I realize for some of you this has happened in the 3D, and for some of you this hasn't happened. So some of you are still in complete total separation and silence. And the feeling that I'm getting about that is, I feel like September is going to bring a big shift in regards to how your divine masculine approaches this connection and how they approach you. You know, this isn't lustful. This isn't, you know, the Knight of Wands. This is rather the Knight of Pentacles. So this is all about the 3D. This is all about something solid and setting the foundation for something. So he's ready and willing. He wants to give you a piece of him. He wants to, it's kind of like a promise ring. And I know that sounds really juvenile, but it's sort of the energy of, I want to give you something. I want to show you, I want to promise you that I'm going to bring in the changes that you need and that you asked for in this connection. Of course, the Queen of Swords is going to say, prove it, right? I mean, that's sort of her energy, like, prove it. But he wants to come in, and I feel like for a lot of you, there's going to be some sweeping changes coming in early to mid-September. You know, by mid-September, there's going to be some sort of an offer. Because, and this is interesting. Just see what I have here. Oh, wow. Okay. So we have the 10 of Pentacles, which of course is the happy home, the happy, healthy family, and the home, and just, it's really everything. It's the pets, it's the home, it's the children, it's the love, it's the comfort of the 3D world. It's, you know, security, material security and comfort, abundance on all levels. This has really become my favorite card in the whole deck because it represents grounding this relationship and connection into the physical. So this is what the Nine of Pentacles is thinking about. And he's also thinking about the Two of Cups. Okay, so he's really got union on his mind, regardless of, again, what you're seeing in the physical. And I feel like a broken record saying that, but it's true. We just can't judge our journeys by the physical realm right now. It's just not going to work. So this is definitely a knight who wants to come in and sort of sweep you off your feet, but he wants to sweep you off your feet by telling you, I have this vision of us. I have this vision of giving you everything you ever wanted. But he's not gonna come in like the Knight of Wands or the King of Wands and just sort of come sweeping in with passion. No, this is actually solid. This is stable. This is an offer and something that's tangible. And then, of course, the Two of Cups is that spiritual union. It's that beautiful romantic connection with your counterpart. And this is, you know, conversation and it's interesting. You see the cat here, the black cat offering the calico cat, looks like a fish. So this is offering something to the other person. It's like an offer of love. So this is an offer of love. So divine masculines, I'm really feeling this shift is going to happen in the fall. I've been saying this for a while, as have other readers. I just talked to a divine feminine friend who confirmed September is going to be a significant shift. She's part of my soul tribe and soul family in the original 144,000. So there's going to be a definite, distinct timeline collapse, if you will, timeline shift come September, which, guys, it's only a few days away at this point. So what I'm actually going to do is I'll let you know, but I may start offering a reading here in September for what is coming in, what changes are coming into your connection, and we'll focus just on that. So I think I'll do that starting September. Okay, so 5 of Swords energies. You know, this is interesting because you see, it's sort of like they were working together, but you see this one witch is happier than the others, and she looks totally distraught. She looks confused, and she's happy because she's got the swords she's got all the power. 5 of Swords can be the energy of, it's not really despair. I think the divine masculines, this may just be a little piece, like a little part of them that is still maybe uncertain. It's kind of like them still being scared of the power of the connection. And it's like they know that they have to work together with you and their higher self and your higher self, and not just try to do it alone, but they're so tempted to try to do it alone. They're so tempted to win, and I think they just need to let go of feeling like they need to be successful and victorious, and instead just be happy with what you decide to give them. So instead of feeling like they have to, you know, immediately go to the 10 of Pentacles and the 2 of Cups, it's like, okay, Knight of Pentacles, maybe just come in and realize your success will be in healthy communication with your counterpart. Like, let's start there. I almost feel like the divine masculines, like the tables have turned, and divine feminine has sort of turned their back on the masculine and on the connection now, whereas it was the masculine before, and now the feminine's like I'm doing my thing over here. I'm the high priestess. I'm the queen of swords. Like, I don't need you. You know, there's a difference between wanting you and needing you, and I just don't need you. And that is healthy, but that scares the masculines because the feminines have healed so much codependency programming that the masculines maybe feel like they don't, like, what could I do for her that she's not, or him that they're not doing for themselves? Okay, so there's definitely this energy that needs to be healed. It's just ego. Just because somebody doesn't need you doesn't mean they don't want to be with you. Okay, so, and this is really where we want to be as a collective, is to be detached and healthy and happy in our own lives. Yeah, see the Tower card's coming up again for the masculines. There's going to be a Tower card in regards to trying to control. So they may come in still trying to control the situation, trying to control communication, and then divine feminine is going to put a hex on that and say, no, absolutely not. You're not going to control. Your ego's not going to come in. I need you to come in, you know, with, again, a tangible offer, and just, I need you to be serious and honest with me. Okay, so this Tower is going to come in and demolish any, as they call it, I think in AA, stinking thinking. I've heard that term before. And I just like it because A, it rhymes, it's easy to remember. And hi, Charlie. Good afternoon, Charlie. And also just because the divine masculines, again, are experiencing ego deaths, and with ego deaths come Tower moments of what they thought to be true and what they thought was important. So as they realize that the things they thought were important really never were, like money and cars and things, like they realize the emptiness. They're realizing the emptiness that they've created in their lives. They feel lonely, they feel empty, and their divine feminine filled them up and made them feel whole. But now they need to understand how to create this for themselves And you can't get that through trying to control the situation or control someone else. So now they have to do that. And it's almost like they have to feel like they've lost you. And when they feel like they've lost you, they're going to come in and they're going to realize, I actually have to offer her or him something very tangible, because no longer is my counterpart going to just take my word for it. We're going to, oh my God, you just see him, he's crawling behind a lamp and he doesn't fit. No longer is my divine counterpart going to be okay with just receiving crumbs from me and receiving empty promises. Like, we want to say action, divine masculine. Yeah, so we see this Eight of Swords energy, which is sort of like, oh, this is the woe's me energy, feeling like you can't make a decision, feeling like you can't escape. All right, divine masculine. So what I see is going on is, this is the energy the Tower is going to bring down. The Tower is going to bring down this energy that says, I'm trapped and I can't escape from my own mind, from my own fears. And the Tower is going to bring that down and expose all their fears about rejection, about abandonment. Okay, so it's funny because they feel like even if they let go of this karmic partner situation, it's almost like they feel like they're going to be abandoned. Even though they're the ones doing the letting go, there's a fear of being alone. There's a fear of being alone, divine masculine. You cannot deny that. I'm going to switch decks here. Yeah, so divine masculine is going to be conquering his or her fear of being alone, being abandoned, and being rejected at this time. Like, realizing that they can survive on their own, that they can do their laundry alone, they can cook alone, they can actually be happy alone. And that's part of the reason the divine feminine is backed away, is so that they can realize this, so they can leave that situation. And guys, if it hasn't happened yet, the divine is going to intervene by the end of the year, okay? It's going to happen. And I'm getting chills as I recite that. It's just going to happen. So they're either going to go down fighting and swinging, or they're going to go down gracefully, and it's going to be a hell of a lot easier, divine masculine. So if you're watching, please don't fight the universe. Please don't fight these changes. Please don't fight these ego deaths and tower moments. They're there for your highest good, and they're there to bring you back to your divine feminine, your divine counterpart, your divine mirror, the love of all your lifetimes. Why would you fight that? She's there to help you. She's there to support you. She's there to help you grow. And I know, growth is painful. I get it. But it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary. You cannot continue to stay stuck. It's just not an option anymore to be stuck in your life. Let's see what cards came out here. Okay, so I'm going to set these over here. Let's just do this. There we go. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards. This is from a deck that I actually haven't used in a while, the Quantum Oracle. I'm trying to use all my decks, that you don't, yeah. So let's take a look. Let's start with this, okay? We have a consciousness of lack, okay? Let's talk about that. And deception, a consciousness of lack. So this is part of the Tower moment that's coming in, the sweeping in for the divine masculine. It's like saying, it's almost like saying, if I don't control the situation, or, like, I'm trapped, either if I don't control the situation, or if I'm trapped. Those are both consciousnesses of lack. Okay, I have to control the situation, or it's not going to happen. And it's also, I'm trapped in my current situation, feeling a consciousness of lack, like you can't move forward. And there's also deception. I really feel like this is the masculines deceiving themselves and deceiving the feminines, and just deceiving everyone in their lives. As long as they continue to live a false life with, I just heard false prophet, but it's like the masks have got to come off, divine masculine. It's time, and they will be ripped off of you if you do not succumb and surrender to the universe. It's just absolutely going to happen. I feel that very strongly. You get, the more you feel sorry for yourself and stay in this consciousness of lack and continue to deceive yourself, you can see this in her heart space. She knows in her heart space that she's being deceived. He knows he's deceiving himself. He's known it for a long time. So it's time. You know, a little slap on the wrist. The universe is going to step in and say, you need to let go, divine masculine. Like, I'm stepping in and I'm letting you know that this is no longer going to jive. This is no longer going to work. So you need to let go of things that don't serve you. And I always think of let go or be dragged. You know, when I see this card, it's like, are you going to let go and allow yourself to start this new beginning, this beautiful new path? Or are you going to try to continue to enter those closed doors that have been closed? They're doors to your past. They're not supposed to be reopened. You're supposed to walk through the new door in the new beginning. The dog is trying to help you. And it's like you're fighting it. You're fighting the pull and the energy to this. And the universe is going to sweep in and say, if you're not going to do this, if you're not going to let go of the self-deception and consciousness of lack and control, then I'm going to do it for you. Plain and simple. And optimism will go a long way, divine masculine, in you stepping into your new reality and in you honestly realizing that what's ahead is far, far better than anything that you've left behind. Anything that you've left behind, it's supposed to be there. It's not supposed to be coming with you in your future. Let's get a few cards from the Masculine Madness deck. These are mostly shadow cards, although there's some light cards in here too. So let's see what's coming up. What do the masculines have to say today? The masculines have to say today. You sparked something deep inside of me, ignition, right? So they're acknowledging, yeah, I feel this. They're finally acknowledging the power of this connection. They're acknowledging that there's something different about you. They're acknowledging that they feel different when they're around you. And they're acknowledging that they can't just forget about this. It's not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Divine masculine. Let me see if I can just shift this back a little bit. Oh, where is this? Here, I'll put this guy over here. I'm trying to get everything in the picture. Doesn't that look pretty though? I love the card spreads. Okay, so let's take a look at what else the divine masculines want to say. And then we'll get some angel prayer cards, and then I think we'll wrap this up. I'm going to move on to some personal readings today, guys. So be expecting to start receiving those. I took yesterday off. Yesterday was really heavy energetically and very dense. So those days I just simply don't do readings. It would not be in your benefit, nor would it be in mine. All right, let's take a look. Okay, these are positive cards. I'm ready to open my heart. 888 intimacy. So if you're seeing eights, this is a sign for you in particular. 808, 818, 888, 888, any of those numbers, any combination of eights, this is definitely a message for you to remain optimistic. Let's get one more card from the Divine Masculines. I'm so lonely, but I just want to be left alone, isolated. So we get a Divine Masculines. The dark nights of the soul are not fun. They're not pretty. The ego deaths are scary. You feel like you're losing control. You feel like you don't know who you are or why you're here. Brings on depression, anxiety, isolation. We get it. So, you know, they're ready to open their heart, and at the same time, there's a fear. And it's like they just want to isolate themselves, but they're so lonely. They're so lonely. And this is really a soul loneliness. So this is a loneliness at the soul level. I feel like they're saying, I'm really lonely without you, Divine Feminine. And yet at the same time, they need to experience this loneliness. They need to be able to heal that loneliness, rejection, and abandonment within themselves. So let's take a look at the Angel Prayers cards here. Why are you sitting on the toilet, Joey? What is it with cats in bathrooms, by the way? My cats have always loved bathrooms. Every cat I've ever had. Well, especially my one kitty would hang out with me in the bathtub. He would walk along the rim of the bathtub. It was hilarious. I think he fell in a couple times. I know he definitely came close to falling in. And then he would look at me like, why did you do that? And I was like, I did not do that. You did that. Best cat ever. My socks kitty. He passed away 6 years ago, 2013. Hard to believe. All right, Divine Masculine. Honor your beauty, Archangel Jophiel. So this is about the Divine Masculine recognizing their worth in their beauty. So this is about physical appearance and realizing I'm beautiful inside and out. The energy of green here. So green signifying abundance, but also heart healing. So really tuning into their hearts and appreciating the beautiful being that they are. A lot of Divine Masculines are really hard on themselves, believe it or not, guys. So even if your Divine Masculine is like a gigolo, again, remember they're healing those programs and consciousness of, you know, flirtation and multiple partners and kind of feeling like they're going to satiate themselves up through the ego. They're healing all those programs, okay, of lust. So if your Divine Masculine comes back in with that same programming, cut them off, okay? Divine Masculines learning how to meditate. This has been coming up in personal readings as well. They're learning how to meditate, okay? They're learning how to sit still and go within and recognize and honor the being that they are. Not the mask, not the person, the false persona, but the actual being inside. Synchronicity, they're starting to see, or they are have been seeing rather, signs and synchronicities. Your name, numbers. This is about being in the yang, the balance of the masculine and feminine. So I'm just going to put that here for now. We're running out of space. Let's get some cards for the Divine Feminine. Love and accept yourself. Thank you, angels, for lovingly guiding me to self-acceptance. So Divine Feminines, continue to accept yourselves as the beautiful, honorable, illuminated being that you are. And it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks, what anyone else says. Peace and harmony. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Lots of cards wanting to pop out. Hold on a second. So healthy choices. Thank you, angels, for guiding me to make healthy decisions. So making healthier decisions about who you let into your life. This is about what you consume, food, relationships, conversations, and news, etc. This is about making healthy choices in all aspects of your life because you love and accept yourself. Peace and harmony, Archangel Raguel. Thank you, Raguel, for surrounding my life in a harmonious light. So continuing to pray to the archangels, speak to the archangels to give you protection and guidance. And then lastly, we have new beginnings. Thank you, angels, for opening up the doors to change. I am ready. So new beginnings are right around the corner, guys. I'm seeing September as being very significant in these connections, as well as a change in season. We're also going to see a change in all of our personal lives and on the collective level. So I'm going to end this reading there, guys. I hope you're well. I hope this reading brings you clarity and guidance and peace in your heart and in your soul and on this wild and crazy journey that we're all on together. I'm sending you so much love and so much joy. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.